We are here, and I'm so happy and delighted to meet you and be here with you because it's so easy. We're so surfing the same waves and the same clarity. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. I'm so happy to meet someone who shared the same, journey. It's
Yes.
so, it's not common to find somebody that you can speak with him energetically. Modern word, because I think, since it's an awakening journey, and
Yes.
so few people really share this, and
Yes.
um,
I think you're right too. There is a different way to use language because we're at a different level of understanding, a different level of integration of what we know. We can feel what we know. And so the words come from the feeling, right? The feeling happens first, then the words come.
yes,
And that's different than having a definition of words and trying to get the words right.
yeah,
That
yeah.
doesn't work anymore. You have to be
That's
able to.
that's why I'm having this conversation. I don't care if I always speak English anymore, because I know it's beyond words, isn't it? You
Yes.
look at a person and you look at his art. You don't look anymore only about how he's looking, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to try to speak Hebrew. That would be a mess. I'll still use English.
speak animal languages.
Right?
It's enough.
Speaking energy, that one makes more sense to me than anything, because when you look at it, like even between humans, whether it's animals or humans, we all are emanating what's true anyway. If somebody is sad and you ask how are you feeling, and they say I'm fine, you still can feel that they're sad even if they don't say it.
Yeah.
That's communication.
Yeah.
And the energy, the presence is always there. So it just comes down to whether you or I or somebody is willing to feel.
Yes. I think it's a new relationship. A new relationship will start now because people, will. It's not about where you're working and
Mm-hmm.
how what how old are you. It's
Mm-hmm.
about energy. It's something else. I think this is the new relationship. But yeah, isn't it? Because I really like to meet people that share the same, that I can speak the same language. And so can you tell a bit about your awakening when you start, and what was the sign that called you to wake up? Or
So there have been many in my life. I actually was aware as an infant. Like my first memory is watching an infant's hand float here and going, "Oh, I'm back. I know what that is. I'm back. This is awesome. I know what to do." Right? That's literally my first memory, right? And then I'm just an infant again, right? When I was age 3, watching my parents have conflict in their relationship, I felt all of me come in. And it's a crystal clear memory. All of me came in because I just know there is a different way. That's not why we're here. We're not here to fight with each other. You guys both want love, but you're being mean. That's not the way. I'm going to show you a different way. So that was another awakening. And to me, the awakening is any moment when you realize and recognize and operate from a higher level of clarity of your own consciousness. Like big you comes in for just a moment and says, I know something different than this. That's an awakening, right? And so when I was 3, I had that. When I was about 8, there was another moment. It was around my birthday, and my parents, they knew how much I loved the horses and that I wanted to be a cowgirl. And for my birthday, they bought me a cowgirl outfit and took pictures. And I remember in that moment, I had another awakening of remembering how things get created on this planet. I wanted a cowgirl outfit presented, and there's a feeling that's consistent through that. So there was another moment of awakening, like the clarity, the sense of, I know this. There's a feeling that says, pay attention differently. That to me is awakening. So then again, age 11, between ages 11 and 16 was very intense for me. Lots and lots of clarity. That's where I used logic based on the emotions in my house from my parents. The only thing that made sense to me was to go to the feeling of true. What's truth? It's a feeling. That's how you know. It's a frequency that's open and unrestricted and calm. And so I used that feeling and just kept demanding what's true here, because I heard so many mixed messages, and it was to me insanity. I was surrounded by insanity. I didn't understand, but that feeling I understood. And that's what guided me in connection with my own higher consciousness and different aspects that I later learned other vocabulary for, like archangelic realms and angelic realms. But it just felt like different parts of me, very integrated. So then I went to college, and that was more insanity for me. Age 22 was another moment. And again, it was all prompted by emotions, intense emotions, where I was distraught. I was miserable. I was crying because I didn't know how to be happy. I felt ashamed that I know a lot of things, but I couldn't figure out how to feel happy. And I called somebody who said they would always be there to help me if I needed help. And it turned out that that wasn't true on that night. And it was so devastating for me that I guess totally surrendered. I just gave up, but was presented in consciousness with different options. Do you want to work hard at life? Do you want it to be easy? Do you want some combination in the middle? And I remember very clearly still judging myself so harshly that I said, well, I know life is beautiful. It's meant to be beautiful. It's meant to be easy, but I still seem to be the only one who knows. So I'll do it the hard way again, just in case I missed something. And then 2 years later, I decided to stop living. I took myself to death, right? So I've had many, 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 my life has been full of pushing things right to the breaking point, trying to make conflict make sense. And it just doesn't. And so each time I pushed it to that breaking point, getting to the point of, will I stay or will I leave the body? And every time remembering that the whole reason I'm here is because I love being here. because I love eating cookies and I love hugging people and I love interacting and I love sharing and touching the animals. So my journey is, you know, unique in my own way, and there've been many awakenings.
Okay, I think I think what you're saying, it's another way to look at it's like remember points in your life, etc. And I think that we have most of the people have that stations, you know, of I know it shouldn't be like that, or it's, you know, remember. But I think it became it's for me, it's not awakening
Okay.
yet. It's not the awakening, the big awakening. The big awakening is that you said, okay, now I agree to go forward. Now I agree. I mean, it's something else. It's not because many people have from time to time this they remember.
Yeah.
Everybody have, you know, many memories.
Yeah.
We all have, but then we decline it and we try to fit, you know, to, yeah, but I think so you came mature, you came, not, you remember, but I think there's the gap between I remember, I know there's more, and then you said, I know there is more and I want more now, or that's the next step. Because I think there's many levels of awakening, many levels.
Yes.
Because as well as you said, when I look, first of all, you aware to your awakening when you look back. First of all,
right.
you look back, isn't it? Retrospective, you look back and say, oh, wow. And then you see the journey that was amazing, perfect, you know, that was special and unique. And I look back and I see that I also had many stations, and that, for example, one of the main amazing stations that I had, but it's not an awakening. It's like somebody is pushing me or go behind me. It's like a wind. The wind is going behind me, and I feel that it's because I know where I'm going eventually, but it's like the future is pushing me, you know. And for example, when I was after I got married, when I was young, I don't remember, in 98, 99, and my husband got a job in Germany. I'm coming from an Holocaust family. My mother, she was born in France, and my father was born in Belgium, and they lost their parents, and they came with a lot of wounds to, and this was my house, you know, Jewish Holocaust. The food is missed, you know, you need to eat a lot and quickly, etc. And what's amazing is, first of all, that I had a lot of dreams about the Holocaust, and then, you know, like I took my parents' baggage and I did it for them. And then suddenly I found myself living in Germany. And my husband got to he worked in Germany. And then I realized it was a clearing station for me, because I was so afraid to come to Germany. I was afraid that somebody will come and take me to the camp. You know, I was with a lot. So I don't think, I think that's, but when the first awakening was at later. It's when I heard a voice in myself that asked me, I mean, my awakening was in China, actually. I took a trip with students to see the Feng Shui in China, but then the nature, you know, to make it short, it's a long story. We can speak a lot about our stories. It's an amazing story. But I think I woke up at 2010 in China. You know, I saw the land. I was in a place with nice mountains and lake, and they start crying a lot. And I
Mm.
remember. And then I was agreed, or I remember, then it was a remember that something is happening.
Mm.
But 2014, I said, okay, I'm willing, anything you want. So I think this is the first step for me.
Mm.
We have many, many steps, but I think the main step is to awaken. But it's only the first step.
Yeah.
Only the first step, isn't it?
I love what you're saying though. So what I hear you saying is awakening is that point, like it could be seen as that point where at some level we say, okay, I get it. I am willing. Let's go. I will make that commitment to go. And
That's right.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. In what year was it? In 2006, I was in a marriage that was not okay. And it became really clear that if I spent literally one more day denying myself that the flame that I am would go out. It was brought to me very, very clearly. And when I saw that, I didn't realize, like, oh, I thought I was doing a good job, just powering through and enduring everything the human way. But when I saw that was a moment where I said, oh, you know what? That flame is the most important thing. So time to change. Boom. And that's when everything started changing in a new direction. So in the context of saying I'm willing, that was probably it for me.
Yes, I think so. And before that, we released a lot of karma. I released also a lot of karma.
Of course.
And also with my divorce, etc. But and let's speak about from this step forward. Okay,
Yeah.
let's look at that, because it's not the same journey. You take another journey, isn't it?
Yes.
It's not. This is the mass consciousness, and you
Yes.
say, I want something else. I'm going, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's something else. It's different.
Yeah.
And that's what, by the way, what is people, that's why the corona and everything is starting. This is the year that we are waiting for, what we did personally.
Yes. Yes.
What we did silently.
Yes.
So
that we
back,
can be.
Back,
mm-hmm.
Now we can see outside. And what amazing is that the Chinese, they speak about the energy, and they said always, I couldn't understand it, but now I see what they mean. They said always be one with the energy. Mm-hmm. And what I see, what I know, that everything is it's a year of balance, a year of harmony, but not for those who are not in harmony. Mm-hmm. So I'm in harmony. I'm balanced inside so much. Mm-hmm. I did a lot to do that. I invest in myself many years to do that. Yes. And now I see what it means that the energy, I'm one with the energy outside, which is balance. Yes. So it's amazing. Yes. See that, because only those who are not in balance will get all the fear and the stress and the economic. They will influence them, because people say that numerology. It's for, it is a lot of science to see, also astrology, that this is a year of balance, new starting point, F0 point. Yes. It's a year of, so if you are balanced, you are calm. When people are in chaos outside, it's amazing to see that. So I think this is the most amazing thing from what we get from that, isn't it? We were very intuitive to listen to the energy, the calling, I don't know how to say. It's a knowing, a deep knowing, a deep intuition that, and we see it's working. It's working.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But what is the most? Now I ask you another question. What is the most? No, what is the most challenge? Because it's an amazing journey and challenging. It's not. It's simple but not easy. The way
Yes.
I see it, it's simple but not.
Yes. Every day. It's simple, but not easy. Yes.
Yes, it's simple and not easy. But I feel, what is the most challenging thing for you now, after you have so many wisdom and so many maturity, and what is that?
The most challenging thing for me, I just actually recognized this yesterday or the day before. The most challenging thing for me right now is when it seems from the outside world like I might have a blind spot, something I can't see, right? Something out of harmony in myself, but I can't find it and I can't address it and I don't know what to do. That for me is still difficult.
What is, I don't understand.
So say, for example, it appears like my finances are out of harmony. When I look at that and feel the disharmony, I still get hard on myself that I should be able to see it. I am hard on myself with that. And it's still difficult for me, that level of judgment for myself, that maybe I've done it wrong. I missed something. It should be different than this. That's the thing that still is very difficult for me. Like feeling the space and the energy, being one with the energy, not being so affected. That part is much easier for me. But when it turns that there's the chance to judge myself that I haven't done enough, that's still hard for me.
But the one who say that is another one who look, isn't it?
It is.
When you speak about it, you can see the two levels, isn't it?
Yes.
You can see the one that
Yes.
look from the top.
Yes.
So it's not like you used to be.
No.
No, it's not. It's different. You can see the challenge, but you can see it in a very, from the eye level.
See this.
That's it's not easy, but it's a new level of looking at things.
Yes. And I think the key to that new level of looking at things is to look from the perspective of relationship. How do things relate to each other? Which the old way was more about accomplishing something. Like step 1, 2, 3, I've done it. Now I know what's good. I know what's right. I can get something done. That's the old way. The new way is looking at how this accomplishment relates to this state of being. What's the relationship? How this feeling relates, how do I relate to that feeling and to the situation that prompts that feeling? It's how do the things in my awareness relate to each other? And that's where that intuitive system is effective. Being intuitive about relationships is a very different way of being than having relationships of obligation and rules and accomplishments. The old way is very sticky and solid and control based, but the new way is the opposite of control. It's being willing to have the overview so you can see how being hard on myself relates to a big picture. Being hard on myself relates to the work that I'm doing or the next conversation or the next relationship. It's about where we're going is all about relationship rather than accomplishment.
Yeah. Also, when you said what you said it, but you know that you have a choice, so it's different. When
Yes.
you are, how you say, the victim of the situation,
Right.
but when you look at that, you said, I know, but I have a choice. I didn't know that I had it before. I think one of the most difficult things for me, difficult, terrifying, was the relationship with money. But I released it. I released it. By the way, I wrote a book,
Oh,
Awakening New Consciousness, and it's in Amazon. All the journey
beautiful.
uh, from the true journey, very, I exposed everything. Very amazing. I mean, it's like it was like a diary for me because I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know who I can speak with, so I wrote
Yes.
every day. And then I published it and I said, okay, that's my contribution to other people because that's what they will do. They will have also to, in not really exactly the same way, but I found this was the most difficult thing for me, but it was many levels, many levels
Mm-hmm.
that I released and I released and I released. And when I thought I finished, became a huge one, a huge wave. It's like waves of control about relationship with money. And it's so freeing to be in place. Really, it's not, I can't say that it's 100%, it's expansion and you get more quiet and more quiet and more quiet. But I feel safe. I feel safe.
And I love it goes back to like allowing the freedom that it doesn't end, right? So like stop looking for when you're finished and open the space that okay, it's simple but not easy now, but the more experience, the more expansive I get, it actually does become easier to address the next thing that comes, right? Because you feel safe even if a big challenge presents. You know who you are,
That's it.
and so it is easier.
Yes, yes, it is. It is. And it's become easier and easier. And it doesn't matter anymore
Yeah,
for me. It doesn't
simple.
matter.
Yeah, simple becomes easy.
I mean, yeah, everything that was important is not important anymore for me. It's so new. It's so new. And what I think the most challenging right now for me
Yeah.
is that there is a lot of void inside because, emptiness, because I released so much old patterns and, old, and
You
it,
feel like you need to fill the
no,
space.
I don't feel, no, I don't. But it's so strange, so strange to be in this situation
Mm.
because you look outside and everything is different. I'm not enjoying anymore, shopping. I was workaholic. I'm crazy about shopping. I'm not, to go to restaurants. I don't care. See, nothing is that important anymore.
Gotcha.
And it's something new. It's really new. It's,
And so then are you discovering also different things that are important or that you do enjoy? Are you discovering that what you enjoy is different now?
I like very, very much to write things, to investigate with myself, to when I get, knowing of something new, I'm so excited. When somebody says something or I saw something, I like to look from outside to see what is going on. I really like it. I really like to open arts for other people. That's really excite me. You know, I can speak about this subject hours. Hours. I can speak about it. You understand?
Yeah, yes, yes,
I,
totally.
I not feel drained like before. I feel energetic. I feel
Yes,
alive. That I start my life from the beginning. That I reborn again. This is
yes,
I reborn again,
yes,
and it's new.
yes.
New.
Every day I feel like I'm just getting started, you know? And I want you to send me the link to your book so we can post it for people as well. Um,
Okay.
so people know how to find that. But me too. I wrote a book from my experiences as well, just in part to come to terms with my own experience, you know, and to get to see it differently. But I look at my own life and it's like I'm just getting started. And other people will look and say, you've accomplished so much. And it doesn't even look like that to me. Like we're just at the beginning. Every day is right at the beginning. Like, show me what's going on today. What's unfolding? What changed from yesterday? And
Yes.
it's yeah, it's amazing. I would not change the journey for anything.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. People from their head too, and I know I went through this as well. They think, why did I have to go through it this way? Why was it so hard? Why did I have to have so much heartbreak? And what I see now is, given how my brain is put together, given who I am, the being that I am from many previous lifetimes as well, that the combination of difficult things in this life was absolutely perfect for me to be as stubborn. I've been very stubborn. To be stubborn as much as I needed to, and to have my situations meet me with as much power and pressure as I needed. Not too much. It was never too much, but it was what I needed to go, right, this is not what we're doing. I'm not here to be in a battle for the rest of my life. It's time to do it differently. And that's when I think you're talking about that commitment of going, right, I have a different priority. I'm living in a different priority, right? So it's grateful. I'm grateful for all the difficult things, because I see that that's what it took to unlock.
And what we can see also that all the difficult thing was an illusion.
Say more about that.
Because
I have my own way of talking about illusion, but I
no,
want
but what I said, for example, the crisis, the biggest crisis was after my husband asked to leave me.
mm,
I needed to start all over again, and I lost my confidence with myself, and I needed to start again from the beginning. And I look in the overview of that.
mm,
I'm grateful. Even if I have also many years of depression after that crisis.
mhm.
I stayed at home. I 4 5 years, something like that. But I forgot about it. I forgot about it. It was like that, and I release pain,
Mhm,
pain of abandoned of anything you can say.
mhm,
The From I think all of my incarnation,
mhm,
I was deep in my pain,
mm,
and now I don't feel pain anymore. I mean, I released pain from the deepest of the deepest,
mm,
from the bottom. I was really diving inside, and
mm,
I think it's amazing.
mhm,
I don't think it was difficult. I forgot about it. I
mhm,
forgot about the bad things. I forgot about them.
mhm,
I remember only how it was amazing and the wisdom I got from it.
Yes.
That's what I remember.
That's
Amazing,
amazing.
really.
Yeah, it's
It
beautiful.
wasn't easy then, but I don't remember anything.
See that? I love that. It disappears because you neutralize all the charges. We don't have the opinions in the, it, again, to me, it's a different relationship, right? You have a different relationship to your experience now because you have addressed all of the illusion that you were a victim, that you were a problem, right? That's what the illusion is the interpretation is the illusion, right? The event that happened, but interpreting that I'm a victim, that's the illusion. It's our
Yeah.
interpretations, you know? And so like, let yourself see, and this is what I've seen for myself. I have to let myself see the experience that I actually, you know, that actually happened, but to see it from my heart rather than the mind and the ego, it lets me dissolve the interpretation that I was a victim. And so I can see it now as, wow, look at how amazing this is. And this is who I am going forward today. And that's, I think that's what people call healing. You know, you heal from it.
Yes.
You have a different relationship.
Yes. Amazing, amazing journey. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm very much dedicated everything to this.
Yes.
This is the most important thing in my life.
Yes. Well, and
More,
like you said earlier, like with the coronavirus and everything, all the chaos happening now, this is why we've been doing the work. This is why we've been recovering ourselves, because the outside world, mass consciousness, can be in total chaos, and yet those of us with awareness stay in the heart of what life is really about. And so just being in the heart actually is a service to the people who don't remember yet, you
yeah.
know, just like
That's
the animals.
that's why I think we have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It was so spontaneous, isn't it? We didn't think about it. We just did it.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
And we didn't have any subject to speak about.
Right.
It's like, I mean, it's like it's free. Look, we did it.
Yes.
Look, we can do that,
Yes.
and we are still alive,
Yeah.
and we are in a expansion, more and more expansion. It's
Yes.
endless,
Yes.
endless expansion,
Yes.
and it's exciting for me.
Me too.
Exciting, you know. I feel I'm like a child, a lot of energy.
Yes.
Show
Yes.
me, I'm
Yes.
here. Show me, I'm here. It's okay.
Yes. And that's the most beautiful space. Like, listen to music, go out and play, right? Do be the enjoyment that you are, because you can. Like, that's the proof, right? That's all you really need to know is it's there. I can. Let's go. And everything else is happening too. But this is not, it's not only where I live, it's what I'm creating, you know? That's what's exciting for me is the more people are committed to knowing themselves. I wonder what we create when the priority is harmony. How does humanity create? I don't think humanity's ever been there before. This is all brand new, that we can relate to each other in this light and then create together on a foundation of light. By just doing this, we're creating things. But like, you know, what does society look like when together we have the priority of the harmony? You know,
It's
that's what's exciting.
it's amazing to be the first to start create something new for humanity, because I feel that when I said I don't mind about working, about money, I create something new, a new pattern. I don't know if you can call it pattern or something like that, but it's a new thing for humanity.
Yes.
Because if you release, all the fear about, money, etc.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even call it money. I don't care about it. I mean, it's really amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, if that's I'm going with it and I hold it for a long time, then it come to other. It's going out. That's that's what we are doing. If
Yeah.
I do it and you do it, and I know that the journey to other people will be easier because we open the door. We open the door.
Yes.
But I do it. I do it really. I do it for myself because I realized that I finished with the old. I'm going to the new. So if
Yeah.
you want, you can join me.
Totally. Yes. And it's such an amazing feeling. Well,
Yeah.
we'll continue to play. And
Yeah.
I'm so grateful to you. I'm so grateful to you for getting in touch and just creating the space for this to happen, and excited for.
You're great. You you
Oh, I thought
started.
you contacted me and said, "Hey, let's play." I don't know. Perfect. It's perfect. I love
Okay.
it. I love
Yeah.
it. Thank you
Okay.
so much, beautiful. I'm
Thank you.
so happy to connect with you over on the other side of the planet,
Yes.
and connecting those dots and
Yeah,
amplify. It's just beautiful. Thank you so much.
amazing. Yes. Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.